Guys, hope you're having a good day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get her done, dudes. What up? Alright, right now is the start, the continuation, part 3 of Terran Diamond 1 to Masters 3. And if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, okay, and you're like, part 3? Why is this taking you 3 parts to get this done? It's because part 1 took a little bit longer than it should have on stream, so I needed to squeeze some Zerg in there, so I did Zerg as well. Part 2, my internet went out all night, so I couldn't finish part 2. So part 2 is pretty short. Part 3 is the finishing of part 2, basically. Internet outages, man. So hopefully today we can get part 3. This is part 3 now. Hopefully we can get this done, and we can move on. Also, guys, I think I'm gonna go exclusively Mech from here on out. Just so you guys know. I don't think I'm gonna do much bio anymore. Because my bio sucks. I think you guys can all agree with me on that. That my bio sucks. Yo, Colt! Colt! Thank you very much for the sub, dude. Booyah! I don't know why I didn't hear it, though. What the hell's going on? Okay, so we're almost done. I don't know why I didn't hear that. Hold on one second. Colt, thank you very much, though, dude. Oh, yeah. There you go. Tried to give you the oh, yeah. I think somehow I'm logged out of Streamlabs. Even though I'm logged in. Can I refresh this? Let me see if this works. Doing an alert box really fast. See if a sub works. It's not sending me my nice alert here. Alright, I'm gonna recopy the link. What's up?
SCV ready.
How do I do that? That's it? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it works. Sick. Thank you, Libby. What a genius.
SCV ready.
Okay, well, we're good, guys. Hey! The bee to the rescue.
SCV ready.
Okay, well, there you go. It's working again. Colt. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it, man. I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, dude?
SCV ready. Huh?
Alright.
Yeah.
Your mech is on
Oh,
point, though. You
yeah.
dodge disruptor shots. My mech is so much better than my bio. I just want to get Terran done. I don't want Terran to take like 10 hours of video, you know? And that's kind of what's going to happen at the rate we're going. Because my Terran...
Bad news.
It's not the best. Oh, my bio is not the best.
You scared me.
Command center upgrade complete.
Bio is the only Terran.
Our SCVs
I know there's a lot of people out there that feel that way.
SCV
There's a
ready.
lot of people who feel that way. Alright, guys, here's what we do, okay? Here's what we do.
In the rear.
We're gonna put that Reaper on the ramp. This guy was random, so we didn't know what he was, but now we do. And we saw a Reaper with our SCV. Let's go ahead and kill this Reaper as it comes to my base. On the top of the ramp. Right now. We got first shot. Holy shit, he actually just mechoed that way better than I did with the vision of the ground. Okay, well, shit. Yeah.
SCVs are under
That was a little
attack.
sketch.
what's it worth? Nothing I can't.
I don't want to fight him yet. This is a sketch.
Yes, indeed. What's going? Huh? Got something.
Because I'm not fully regenerated. He is. Okay, here we go. Try this. Boom. Okay, I got hit by the nade. Oh my god, we're just getting bounced around, rocked around, boys.
Add-on.
God damn.
SCV ready.
Alright, but one difference though, even though I lost an SCV, that's the only thing that's really happened so far, is I lost an SCV. A big thing that's good though is our natural's not our natural. His natural is in the main. He's doing it really safe. So we actually have a little bit of an advantage here, believe it or not. Because he has to now spend time floating this bad boy to there, and that's about the same amount of time it takes to make an SCV. And we're already mining our natural, and he's not. So we mine a little bit faster, and the amount of time he has to float around is the SCV in itself. So
Command center
I'm totally
upgrade
fine with what's
complete.
happened. Totally fine. We're in the good books right now, boys. We're totally fine.
SCV ready. Got it. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready.
Alright, we can also, we're gonna push him in just a second. I really want this upgrade to be done. I do not want to push without this upgrade. This upgrade is massively
Add-on
important.
complete.
Because if he doesn't prioritize it and rush it, and I do, I'll get some serious damage done.
SCV ready.
So now that we have 2 cyclones, we can push. We're gonna go around the side so we don't get caught on a ramp.
Research complete.
And then we're making more cyclones behind this.
SCV ready. Go ahead. You got coordinates. SCV ready.
Alright, so we're gonna test the waters here. The Reaper is kind of our sacrifice right now. The Reaper is the sacrificial lamb here.
SCV ready.
Nothing'll stop me.
Add-
And we're gonna see what we can do here.
Base is under attack.
That was really good.
SCV ready.
Okay, he's gone Thor. We will actually kill this command center, by the way.
Comms open.
SCV ready.
Scan. Do not let it go over the high ground. Okay, now let's leave.
SCV ready.
Let's lock onto that. Set it back. There we go.
Channel's clear.
Now his Thor is stuck.
What's going on?
Got a targeted optics online. Let's go kill something. I get you. Adjusting for new coordinates. In gear.
There we go. So he went for a Thor drop. Thor drop isn't the best nowadays because Cyclone's really good.
Wanna die.
So yeah, that was good.
Comms open.
Now let's go ahead and do ourselves a favor here and also make blind turrets, kind of like what he did.
SCV ready.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
In the rear with the gear.
GG. So now, yeah. We saw how fast the Cyclones killed the command center, guys. Yo, the one guy, X. Thank you very much for the bits, dude. Can I do a mech build of Thors? Well, the reason why I'm not rushing Thors is because look what just happened. This unit is God against Thors. This unit's God against everything early game. It's just really good. But I just started watching YouTube videos. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, the first thing I would ask, that one guy X, you don't have to answer this. Also, yo, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, Matt 500X, by the way. Did I say thank you? If I didn't say thank you, Matt, thank you very much for the sub, dude. I can't remember if I did or not because I was in the middle of the game. But, bro, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the VFam. Salith87, you as well. Thank you for the prime. Welcome to the VFam. Thank you, dude. Welcome, welcome. Back to you, that one guy X. Really fast. I'd have to, first I would want to know what league you are. And if you're in like anything between bronze and plat, if you're in a lower league, I already have a Thor, a Thor-based build for you, and I did it pretty much every game while I was getting promoted through those leagues, and that's gonna help you immensely. It's gonna help you understand mech and not have to micro very much. And if you really want to, if you get to Diamond League, you can continue using that build if you really want to, but it's gonna stop having a really high success rate. Just that's like a little warning there. The build I showed you in Bronze to Plat, it's more to teach you how to play the game, but you can still use it in this league if you want to, but you, like I said, you will lose a lot more with it now. Instead of having like a 90% plus win rate or something like that, or whatever that you have, you'll probably drop down quite a bit more. Like you'll start having like a 40% or a 40 to 50% win rate, like maybe even less than half, which means you might not advance through MMR anymore. You need to have at least 50% plus to start to keep advancing always. So it's a little, it's something to know right there.
Yeah.
Bad news?
Yo, Carl Fishy! Oh my God, bro, how you doing? Oh, babe, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs, the sub bomb. What up, everybody? Welcome to the V-Fam, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Carl Fishy, thank you very much for the subs, dude. Much love, much appreciated. But here, yo.
Yeah.
That one guy X. This time, I tell you what, against Zerg, you can go for Thors later on. Okay, so here's the plan.
Big job, huh?
I'll do this for you this time, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it every game though. Just keep that in mind.
SCV ready.
This game will be Hellion Cyclone again, because it's a strong, it's a honestly very strong opener right now. I think it's the strongest opener for mech right now.
In the rear.
So I'm trying to teach you guys something really good here, like something that you'll feel is powerful,
Yeah.
and then I will go into Thors. Okay? Because it does work against Zerg better than other races. Against Terran, don't do that ever. Against Protoss, don't do that ever, because things like tanks and immortals will annihilate your Thors. Against a good player, like a higher level player that will, you know, punish you for it. But against Zerg,
SCV ready.
the only thing Zerg really has to punish Thors is Infestor Broodlord combination. Other than that, Zerg doesn't really punish Thors, and most Zergs at this rating, at this level, even at like master level, aren't going to really use Infestors properly. Like a lot of Zergs, even GM Zergs don't even use Infestors properly. For some reason, that unit's just underutilized for Zerg players. So yeah, we'll do it this game. For sure.
That's something for me to kill.
Vipers don't screw Thors over, just so you guys know. Not nearly as much. The thing about a Viper is, if a Thor is on high impact payload and a Viper flies near it, the Viper could just literally pop.
Complete.
It's just gone. An Infestor, however, doesn't have that same problem. And an Infestor can neural parasite a Thor, and what can a Viper do? It can abduct it, or it can blinding cloud it. But if you have a lot of Thors,
SCV ready.
and you pop all the Vipers as they come into blinding cloud because they're on high impact payload,
Command
and then the
center
Zerg is in a
upgrade
situation where
complete.
now all of his Vipers are dead, which are really expensive. It's not only going to reduce the gas value of the actual army, because those bad boys are really expensive, but it's also going to make everything else not nearly as strong. Because you have limited blinding cloud time now. Run! Because if the Vipers die, you can't reapply, you know? I'm not even trying to rhyme here, and we're doing it.
What's going on? SCV ready.
So yeah. Thors are just good though, in general, against Zerg. If this wasn't a Zerg though, I wouldn't do this. Just making sure everyone knows that.
Raise some hell.
But again, the opener is going to be Hellion Cyclone.
Fear the Reaper man. SCV ready.
And I guess the last thing I'll say is the biggest reason why I think BCs are so good with this is because they synergize well with
Add-on
fucking your opponent over.
complete.
SCV ready.
The tech designed to beat an army that is
With the gear.
based on
Bad news.
hold on, sorry, I'm trying to not mess my build up.
I'm in a heap of trouble.
The tech that you make as a Zerg that beats Hellion Cyclone is completely different to the tech you would make to beat. God, I'm trying to like not mess my build up, and I'm just messing everything up. Trying to talk to you guys. It's all getting out of hand. It's just pull like the tech required to beat one does not beat the other. That's what I'm trying to say. So if I'm going Mass Hellion Cyclone and the Zerg goes for like a big ass ground army that's gonna deal with that, it won't probably deal with BCs very well. But if I go into a big ground army of Hellion Cyclone and then I go into Thor, it's actually more advantageous for my opponent to deal with that because it's still a ground army. And a Thor is kind of just like a fatter, slower Cyclone. Kinda. So I'm just trying to get that logic across as to why it's actually really good and kind of important the way you do things. You know? So hopefully, just make sure you guys understand that. Because if I didn't make you understand that, it would be... You would never really truly learn why I'm telling you to go BCs here. It's not just because it's like, oh, it's cool, it's funny. It's actually really good. Because it screws over their tech really hard.
Research.
Try and kill some drones. We'll get blue flame as well, just in case we need it. But if we can start killing some drones, guys, this will be amazing.
Command center upgrade complete.
Let's get a few more factories so I can get more production of cyclones here. We definitely don't have enough right now.
Yeah.
Yo, Arilla sub. Arilla sub. Thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the V fam, dude. He's actually focus firing my cyclones. That's good by him. Good for him. He's actually microing it up in a decent way. He's also gone for roaches, so he's kind of screwing over my build here a little bit. Of the Hellion heavy build. So let's go ahead and try something different here, okay? Let's take a group of Hellions and put them on the opposite side. Like this. Okay? Put these Hellions all over here, whatever. Now watch this. We'll see how well he deals with this. Our goal here is to look for trades with our Hellions and not just like let him freely do whatever he wants. So we're getting his attention over here, and we're running into his base right now with our other Hellions. And we're going right to the middle line, guys.
Add-on complete.
We're on whole position right now.
Base is under attack.
Now we're going to the main. Okay, he's attacking this base.
Mineral
Run these units away, and just try and kill drones now. This worked perfectly.
Our SCVs are under attack.
We'll go save this base now, because this is kind of over. Like the attack did wonderful. We killed a lot of drones. And the reason why we set that up, the reason why we went for something like that, is because our opponent was going mass roaches and ravagers. And roaches and ravagers are a great counter to Hellions. You know, if you're just trying to straight up fight them.
Hey ViBE, Plat 1 Terran, Protoss over here. I love your content, it helped me improve from Gold 3 over the last couple of weeks. Thanks you man, keep it up, bye bye.
Yo, thank you very much, dude, that's fucking awesome. Thank you very much for the donation, and I'm glad to hear you're advancing, you're improving. Right now, all we're doing is we're kiting. We're kiting, boys. Every time he wants to fight me near a brush, we have to scan, by the way. We cannot not scan. Or a cliff. Anything that's a line of sight blocker, we have to scan. If he goes towards it. Like that. We have to scan. Otherwise, all my lock-ons go away. Run away! Run back!
Our SCVs are under attack.
Alright, we're just gonna A-move this and put all my Hellions in Hellbat mode because he's diving for my resources. Let's run our SCVs a little bit. There we go, cool. We're okay. We're okay. He kind of just dove that. That was really committed to trying to kill me right there.
Big job. Go ahead. Huh? In the rear. SCV ready.
Is that GG? Yeah, that was pretty big damage right there that he just took. And now from here, at this point in time, okay? At this point in time,
SCV ready.
we can go ahead and start going into Thor's. We'll start going into Thor's because our upgrades are starting to get, like, we have 1-1 now. We're getting ready to go 2-2. Our supply is getting a little bit heftier. We have a big army currently out. And the plan is right now we're going to keep the Zerg, we're going to keep him defensive, and now we can go into Thor Deathball style. We just need to keep our current army alive for as long as possible. Don't throw it away. We can also scan his creep some more, so that we kind of reset him a little bit and keep him really defensive.
Cyclone receiving.
So we can lock onto this base a lot, kill it really fast. There we go, cool.
Nothing will stop me.
SCV ready.
And now that our money's getting a little high again, let's add on a few more factories for more Thors.
Mineral field depleted.
Comms open.
Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. Thor is here.
I can take another base.
Research complete.
And we'll just keep the Thors going. Again, the reason why we're switching to Thors now is because we have map control. He just lost a big army, and we also have economy lead. So if we're able to keep him defensive for a long time now, we can comfortably go Thors without dying. We don't have to worry like oh, he's going to counter me right now and kill me. And in the meantime, we can just lock onto hatcheries like that and run away. Lock onto a hatchery, run away. And if he chases me, now we kite him. All we do is we back up for a little, and then attack once, back up a little, attack once. And if you do this a lot, it'll start locking onto his roaches and stuff. Alright, cool. So we just did a lot of damage again right there.
You got coordinates or what?
And now we just really also ramped up our Thor production by adding some more tech lab factories.
Base is under attack.
Okay, he's going mutas. So let's add some turrets into our bases.
Target.
Big job, huh?
Comms open.
Add-on complete.
Sure thing.
Cyclone receiving. I get you.
And we'll get building armor now. And the other upgrade, the range.
Ought to be good.
And Cyclones are really good against mutas as well, guys.
Upgrade complete.
Adjusting for
So all his mutas are dead now. Got a planetary there. And now we're gonna slowly start losing our army here. It's gonna be kind of on purpose. We're gonna start diving a little more aggressively. Okay, GG. He's dead.
here.
GG. Sorry, I didn't take it like a fun. I'm a jerk. But just in general, okay? We would, if this game wasn't over here, we would have slowly kept pushing with this army and slowly lost it more and more because this army is going to be our replacement. And we're making Thors. We can make Thors 6 at a time. Currently. We can barely afford it, you know. Like, we can make 3 more right this second. And we actually have 3 open factories. So we could literally spend every single mineral we have, basically, at the moment. And like half of our gas. But then we also have 3-3 ready to go, which would spend actually the majority of the rest of our gas. So we'd be looking pretty good. We'd be like maxing our supply out right now. And with this next round of Thors, and we could even replace some more Hellions because we still have a couple of reactors. We could replace this army with Thor Hellion instead of Cyclone Hellion. If we wanted to do that. You can do that if you're a guy who loves Thors. But again, I don't think it's the best. I think there are better options. Like BCs. Because here, yeah. Yep. Hello. Because again, the thing I was trying to explain in the game, if I may or may not have made sense while I was playing StarCraft when I was trying to explain this. But if you play Hellion Cyclone and your opponent makes an army designed to counter Hellion Cyclone, that army cannot deal with a entire switch into air now very well. Because what was that guy doing? He was going Roach Ravager, okay? He was going Roach Ravager, that majority of that game. And you want to know something crazy about that? Hellion Cyclone is actually better against Roach Ravager than Thor's are. So I'm actually making my tech worse by going into Thor's.
SCV ready.
Because Hellion Cyclone can kite it all day and cost efficiently kill a lot of the Roaches and Ravagers. Whereas Thors have to just stand there and just go boom boom, just fight it straight up in a concave. And you can't really dodge Corrosive Bile very well with a Thor.
What's going on?
Like if he Corrosive Biles the middle of my Thors, it's really hard to get them to move out of the way because they're so slow. But if I go into BCs, if I were to have gone into BCs, BCs would hard counter the crap out of Roach Ravager,
Roger.
like 100%. Because if you guys may or may not know this,
SCV
I've shown it a few times, but a BC can actually shoot while moving now, like a Phoenix can for Protoss. So even if he runs around his army, I could follow him with my BCs and kill the majority of his units as he tries to run around.
SCV ready.
If he's got nothing that can shoot air. If my opponent had Infestor Roach Ravager, I guarantee I would struggle very hard against that if I have Hellion Cyclone and then Thor. Infestors would actually be able to fungal and wear down my units really well because it would not allow me to kite his units anymore. I would be stuck in a fight instead. And I'm making a Reaper first. And then, so if I'm stuck in a fight, my units are going to die really fast. And Hellion Cyclone's kind of a paper army.
Bad news.
So if I can't run away, I'm going to lose my units really fast.
Big job, huh?
But then if he's got Infestors still, and now I start switching into Thors, he can Neural Parasite my Thors instead of fungling my Cyclone Hellion. And it's the same problem. Infestor Roach Ravager could actually counter both of those armies. Mainly because of the Infestor.
Command center upgrade.
But the thing about a BC is, if he has a bunch of Infestors and I have BCs, let's say I have 10 BCs, okay? I have 10 Battlecruisers. And he has like 10 Infestors. If I scan and find the Infestors, I just find where they are. And even if they're burrowed, it doesn't matter. Because I have scan.
Our SCVs
I can literally just
are
teleport
under attack.
on top of all the Infestors with all my BCs. And the Infestors can physically not run away fast enough to get distance. And they can't Neural Parasite fast enough if they're teleported directly on top of. And the Infestors basically just all die. They all die to a teleport. The only way Infestors can actually kill Battlecruisers is if you Neural Parasite the Battlecruisers without teleport being used on your Infestor. Like if the BCs are just flying around and the Infestors are neuraling at max range, that's the only way you could actually do that without dying.
SCV ready.
So, because yeah, again, let me just say this one more time because someone's saying let's stay Neural Parasite. If you have 10 Infestors right here in this green box, and you have 10 Battlecruisers, and you tell your Battlecruisers to teleport on top of the box of Infestors, the Infestors cannot cast Neural Parasite fast enough or run away fast enough to stop the BCs. They literally all die. There's nothing you can do as Zerg to stop your Infestors from dying if that happens.
SCV ready.
Your Infestors will die. I hope at some point some Zerg does that and I can show you. Because BCs are like, you guys remember old Cyclones, how they shot really, really fast? That's like a BC now, guys. It just shoots really fast and all the Infestors just die. And it unlocks the fucking Neural Parasite from each BC. Because they kill the Infestors too fast. It's ridiculous.
What's going
It's literally
on?
ridiculous how fast it happens.
SCV ready.
It's a little insane.
Systems go.
SCV ready.
Comms open. Open into...
But if you have 30 BCs and they have 30 Infestors and they have 10 BCs. Honestly, you could have the same problem. I can go, if you guys want, we can go into the unit tester and I can show you. I will literally go 30 Infestors versus 10 BCs. And I will try to Neural Parasite every fucking BC. As fast as I can, without actually letting them kill me. Because every time a BC kills an Infestor, a new Neural Parasite has to go for about 1.5 seconds to travel time to connect to the BC because it's a projectile. Okay, I think we just lost her. Oh wait, never mind. Woo! Anyways, we'll talk about that later, guys. We'll focus on this game now.
SCV ready.
'Cause I'm definitely not focusing on this game right now.
In gear.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Brand new.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
SCV ready.
Channel's clear, boss. You got coordinates? This ought to be good. Show me who you want it. Cyclone. That target in mind. Comms open.
Mineral field depleted.
Optics online. Let's go kill something. Got it. Comms open. Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
SCV ready.
You got coordinates or what? Got it.
SCV ready.
Optics online.
Okay, well, we're not dead. That was pretty bad though. I literally haven't been paying attention to this game. Sorry, guys. We're talking way too fucking much about this BC thing.
SCV ready.
I'm just gonna give you guys an example after this, just to prove it, to you. Because seeing is believing for 90% of people here.
Yes, sir.
They're like, I don't know, ViBE.
SCV ready.
I'm not gonna take your word for it. I'm not a believer yet.
SCV ready.
GG, sad face. No, it's okay. We're not actually dead. We have a third command center, guys. That was not good, but we're not dead.
SCV ready.
Just so you guys know, we're not dead yet.
SCV
I don't know, ViBE.
Huh? Move it. SCV ready. What's going on? SCV ready.
Let's scan his natural ones. Look, guys, he one based me. I'm on 3 bases. He's just now starting to saturate his natural. We're not dead.
Systems go.
That could have been really good. This game would already be over though if I kind of paid more attention early in the game and I actually caught the medevacs and killed them right away. Because the build he did is very weak to cyclones if your cyclones are in position.
SCV ready.
So just keep that in mind. That's important.
Ready. Huh? SCV ready. Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna really ramp up our cyclone production here, or in our Hellion production.
Big job.
Mineral field.
SCV ready.
Comms open.
SCV ready.
Let's go ahead and get a couple of sensor towers as well,
Cyclone ready for action.
so we can see
Gotcha. SCV ready.
what angle this guy wants to attack me from in the future, stuff like that.
SCV ready.
You're still confused. ViBE, you're still confused. What do you mean? I'm good. I'm good to go.
SCV ready.
I'm ready, guys.
I get you.
I'm freaking ready, dude.
Ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready.
Okay, so now we're going into. He is going bio, guys,
Add-on complete.
because you can see he's or it's kind of light on the bio right now, but yeah,
SCV ready.
he does have marines and stuff like that. So we're gonna go into. We are gonna go into blue flame Hellions, and we should also get
Add-on complete.
the smart servos upgrade here pretty soon. As soon as we have an armory, we're not really prioritizing an armory here. Oh, look, watch. This is what you don't do with Terran.
I get you. Got a target in mind.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Okay, well, I missed my opportunity, my window. So I actually just lost the game. My army was like too far fucking down here, which really sucks. I'm dead. Okay, we actually are dead now. GG. I just want to let you guys know though. Look at this. What he's doing is really bad. You do not fucking play against cyclones like this. This is really bad. But look at where my army is. It's kind of... To be smarter, okay? Let's break this down, how we could have been smarter about this. This guy already did it once, and he's doing it again. What we should have done is we should have left like half my army here and half my army here. And here's why. This is why. I have sensor towers. Sensor towers will show me if this guy is going for an all-in, okay? It'll show me if he's going for an all-in. If like, oh look, there's like a massive blob of red here, and he's committing to this fight, I could bring my army, I could regroup my army with the vision of a sensor tower, and I'd be fine. But if I see something like this, okay? If I see 4 boxes going really fast, 4 little dots going really fast to my main base, you can assume those are medevacs. It's like maybe they're banshees with speed, but those things are moving really quick. And he's already dropped me once. It's probably gonna be drops again. I just want you guys to know something really fast. If my cyclones were right, if I did what I said, where I had like some cyclones in my main and some cyclones at my third, I could counter this either way, because I already have 9 cyclones, so I could have 5 and 4 as a spread, which is there's only 4 medevacs. I have enough to kill all of his medevacs. Now a medevac has 150 hit points, and it is armored. A cyclone has the upgrade, the mag field accelerator, and each one of my missiles does 40 damage. It does 40 damage, guys, per missile, and it shoots missiles about every like 0.7 seconds. I could actually, if I saw this and I had cyclones here right now, because we are reacting to it immediately. We're like, oh shit, run! I would have reacted to it as well right away. If I was like here, I could have moved my guys to like right there as well. And I could lock on all 4 medevacs by A-moving. I wouldn't have to do any micro. I would just literally A-move. And those would be the first units in my range of lock-on. And if his boost is over, which it is about to be over, you can see it's already less than half on the duration, he would be boosting into lock-on. And at most, on each medevac, he would drop maybe 1 unit. But it would, all medevacs would die in about a matter of about 2 seconds. Each medevac would die in 2 seconds. 2 to 2.5 seconds. Because it would go 40, 80, 120, 160, and it would be dead. Every medevac would die because they're all under 160. It's a 150 hit point unit. So this is bad. If you're Terran and you're fighting against someone who's going for Hellion Cyclones, don't do this. This is fucking suicide. I just happened to, you know, not be in the right position at the right time, so it actually worked. But this is really bad play. This is really bad. And now we actually lost because, you know, tanks are actually really good. Tanks are actually really good. So if the tanks are ever set up, that's what your goal is to go for against my build, against Hellion Cyclone. So if the tanks ever can set up, it's great. But if you're flying your tanks around in medevacs like that, just YOLOing into the base, especially in a sensor tower, it's really crazy. So, I don't know. I'm sad that I lost that game because that was an easy win. But shit, all I can say is I guess shit happens. Shit happens. How close are we to rank up? If I would have won that game, I probably would have only had to have won like 2 more games. Or 1 more game and I would have been there. But losing a game drops you back a bit. So now I probably have to win like 3 more. You forgot unit tester. We'll do it after. I'm going to do it after, guys. After I'm done getting my promotion. Because this, again, this is going to be a YouTube video. This whole thing I'm making right now is a YouTube video. So I don't like taking too many deviations and doing random crap the whole time.
Yeah, whatever. SCV ready. SCV ready. Yes, sir. Huh? SCV ready.
How are we feeling tonight? Feeling pretty good. What's up, Skin Guy Hieroglyphics? How you doing, man? But
Big job, huh?
anyways, we'll focus on this game now, guys. It's a different game.
What's going on? You're the boss.
Yeah.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
We'll start a natural.
Yo. Woo-hoo. Overtime.
I'll block him out of my base too, so he can't keep harassing my poor SCV making a
In
factory.
the rear with the gear.
Command center upgrade complete.
Yep.
Alright. So he's got stuff, you know. He's got a natural. He's got
Add-on
gate
complete.
core. Very standard build. Nothing crazy is going down right now. It's really, really standard.
Big job, huh?
We'll start making a cyclone, and immediately after, as soon as we can afford it, we're gonna get this upgrade. It's really good. That upgrade annihilates.
Go ahead. Bet. SCV ready. Big job. Ah! You scared me.
There we go. We got the upgrade going now. Now we're gonna make another cyclone in just a moment, and we're gonna start pressuring our opponent here.
In the rear with the gear.
He's in my
Our
base.
SCVs
Oh, never mind. No,
are
he's
under
not.
attack.
Okay, this says SCV will die, but so will this adapt.
Got a
It's
target
gonna.
in
Oh, he recalled it. Okay. That's honestly the only way he would have not lost that adapt is if he recalled it.
receiving.
SCV ready.
That's the only way it wouldn't have died. So I guess that was a good move. But I don't think honestly an adept being recalled is more valuable than probes being chronoed.
Show me who you want to die.
So
What's going
I'm okay with
Bad
this
news? Yeah.
Channels clear.
SCV ready.
because this adept's gonna die either way.
This ought to be good. Cyclone en route.
SCV ready.
I get ya. Optics online.
Add-on complete.
Adjusting for new coordinates.
Okay, so he's going for Oracle.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
Since he's gone for an
Command
Oracle,
center
let's get an
upgrade
engineering bay
complete.
and get ourselves prepared for the possibility of an
Research
Oracle coming to my
complete.
base.
Our SCVs
There it is right there.
are under attack.
Alright, this Oracle's got enough to kill like maybe one
SCVs are under
SCV.
attack.
Two, he killed two. And now the Oracle's gonna die.
SCV ready. SCV ready. Yep.
Systems
Alright, now we have this upgrade.
ready for
Now it's scary, guys. Now it is very scary
SCV ready.
for the Protoss.
SCV ready.
You got
Because this
coordinates
upgrade,
of
again,
what?
it makes the Cyclone go from good to amazing.
SCV ready.
So we'll see what he does now against this.
Comms open.
SCV ready.
So far he's got a Stargate, and he's got Stalker and a shield battery.
Nothing will stop me.
Where are you at? Lock onto the Stalker.
SCV ready.
Look how fast it dies now. We just burst it through the fucking shield battery.
Moving into position.
Lock onto one Stalker each while they're warping in.
SCV ready.
In gear.
We just killed that Stalker as well.
I'll get
His Oracle was on overcharge. We're just continuing the pressure.
nothing will stop me.
Lock onto the Oracle.
SCV ready.
He actually got out of range.
Moving into
He's coming back.
position.
We'll lock onto the Stalker.
Ready.
Cyclone on
Yeah,
route.
yeah, he's making the wrong units, dude. He's making like a void right now. You don't
Cyclone
want to do
got a
this,
target
really.
in mind. In gear. Adjusting for new coordinates.
We'll back
I
up.
get you.
Let's just back up all the way, and we'll come back to his base again in just a
In
moment.
the rear with the gear.
Let's resume my macro a little harder here. Let's add in a couple more factories.
Kill something.
Get more of my supply depots going.
Comms
Repair my current cyclones,
Big job, huh?
Channels clear. This ought to be good.
and
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we'll go right back again in just a moment.
Add-on complete.
And now let's go back again. Now I'm getting to a very scary amount of cyclones, and he's making units that are going to be getting kited. The best way I would say he could play against this is by just fighting me near the ramp the whole time, or getting like blink stalkers, or if he's gonna go Stargate, to be honest, a good unit to go for would be like a Phoenix, not a Void Ray or an Oracle. Because watch what happens now.
Our SCVs
We
are
might
under
lose
attack.
a Cyclone, but he's gonna lose
Base
everything.
is under attack.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
SCV ready.
Yeah, another Oracle just actually like attacked my base.
Ready to raise some hell. SCV ready.
Adjusting for new coordinates. Cyclone en route. Moving into position. Nothing'll stop me.
Add-on complete.
Taking some fire here. And here. Oh, I'll get there. You got coordinates online. Let's go kill something. Channel's clear, boss. I get ya. Adjusting for new coordinates. Comms open.
Add-on complete.
We can take another base.
This ought to be
And we're
good.
saturating our third now.
Show me who you want to die. Systems go. Cyclone.
SCV ready.
Okay, and we've ramped up our production a little bit, so we're looking a bit scarier now overall with our amount of stuff we're having. But all we're doing is we're just continuously poking his base and running around, poking his base and running around.
Command center upgrade
We'll do it again. We'll kill another. Oh, here we go, stalkers. Okay, the Tempests are interesting. They're adding a little bit of a difference to the build here.
Raise some hell.
Cyclone receiving.
So here's what we're gonna do now, okay? This is what we're gonna do now. I would say, I feel like I should be getting better trades than I am, because I feel like our unit comp has been a little bit scarier than his. Because he's not, I don't think he's making the best units to deal with what I'm doing. But he's actually making shield batteries, which is allowing it to work, okay? That's what's happening, is the shield batteries are causing this to actually work. So here's how we can get around this, okay, alright? Check this out. We're gonna take our Hellions. We're gonna put our Hellions in a different group to our Cyclones.
SCV ready.
And we're gonna put our Hellions. We're actually gonna upgrade really fast. Let's get an armory going.
Field
We're gonna
depleted.
put our Hellions in the main base. As we run into the main base, we will then recommit to attacking his other base. So we can see him right there. He's over here.
Show me who you want.
Talk to me, boss.
Try and go in again. Let's lock onto his Nexus with everything.
I'm in a heap of trouble.
And we just killed the Nexus. And we're also in the main killing probes. Because we just literally ran into his main for the Hellions that are now killing probes. And we just wiped out a whole mineral line because of that.
Channel's clear,
And
boss.
now we have a very strong position in this game.
Optics online.
Ready to raise some hell.
Show me. You got coordinates or what? Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
SCV ready.
Alright, keep making supply depots and stuff.
Go ahead.
Got a target.
Let's
in
go ahead and
mind.
push again.
Research.
Start some more gas. Now we can start saturating this base.
Let's go kill something.
Then we can also start one starport.
Channel's clear, boss.
And let's kill this Nexus
Command
again.
center upgrade.
It's about done again. And we can kill this thing so fast.
Mineral field depleted.
Alright, what's his army look like? It's not very big, guys. That army, all we need to do to really deal with that army is just get some more of ours. Just make more.
Coordinates or what?
We don't have to take a fight if we're keeping his economy under control. If we keep screwing his economy over, we don't need to take a
Mineral
big
field
fight.
Depleted.
All we need to do is keep his economy in check, and we'll get bigger and bigger leads as time goes on.
SCV ready.
Systems go.
Let's go and start a
Mineral
fusion
field
core.
depleted.
SCV
And now we can get ready to start switching into, we can get a second
Mineral
armory.
field depleted.
And we can start switching into BCs here really soon, because we're about maxed. And we can start trade, all our Hellion Cyclone can start trading into BC. It'll start just trading away. Alright, let's do the same thing again. Let's take like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Hellions.
Cyclone en route.
And we're sending the 6 Hellions up here.
Systems go.
These 6 Hellions are going to do this. Move here, shift, move here. Now these guys are going to go forward like this. Just right back into this guy's natural. Or this third base rather. And I'm going to do it all over again. Lock onto that Nexus a lot. And run away. It's dead. Run back. Hellions are back in the main again.
Upgrade complete.
Hellions can kill everything in the main.
Cyclone ready for
Now we're going to... He's chasing me, so let's go ahead and kite him.
I'm in a heap of trouble.
We can run to his natural now.
You got coordinates or what? Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Oh, I never got this gas. My bad.
Cyclone
Mineral field depleted.
Ready to raise some hell.
We can start adding in some more starports
online. Let's go kill something.
to start increasing our
Comms open.
battlecruiser count a little bit faster. We can even take another base.
Nothing will stop me.
Ready to raise some hell.
Alright, let's go ahead and put our Hellions in Hellbat mode. Scan him again. He's pushing me. And now let's do this. Charge forward and just lock on to all of his carriers myself. Lock on all of his carriers manually.
Optics online.
Mineral field depleted.
Do it again.
Add-on complete.
Coordinates or what?
Base
Okay, well we're
is
getting
under
kind of
attack.
broken down by carriers right now.
Optics online. Let's go kill something. Cyclone received. Show me system.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Alright, we'll lock on to another carrier. Yeah, okay, we're actually gonna die. He chronoed his air upgrades, and we I feel like we microed. I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's actually just micro. We're dead. We're dead. This is something we can do now to change our build. If you see this and you're like, "Oh, we died." Oh, okay. You don't have to automatically be like, "All right, build sucks." Here's what you can do, okay? Because that wasn't all in right there, just so you guys know. That was him going, fuck it, let's all in, and it worked. So here's what we can do differently. This will become a new stage of our build, alright? It's a new stage. This is the first time we've seen carriers as part of his addition to his army. This is the first time we've seen carriers, guys. Okay? Right here. I'm like, oh, there's a fucking carrier. Still in his army now. So at this point in the game, right now, at this stage of the game, do not swap the Vikings. That's fucking dumb. Don't do that. I can tell you why going Vikings is bad, and this is why. If my opponent goes for an Oracle, and I'm going Vikings, he can revelate my army, and he can pick my Vikings all day with Tempest, because Tempest can actually kite Vikings pretty well. It's gonna be pretty bad. It's not Thor either, guys. No, Thor. Thor is actually better than a Viking, I would say, in this situation. Thor would be a more effective choice than Viking. But the problem with a Thor, in this situation that I would say is kind of weak, is that Thor also got nerfed in its armor. So I wouldn't recommend doing that either. And Carrier is a unit that gets affected majorly by someone else's armor. Not BC either, okay? Let me just say what it is instead of you guys guessing. I would say all I should do right now is add in a few fucking Widow Mines. That's it. I should upgrade drilling claws, and I should add in on my armor, or my armories, on my reactored factories, just add in like 8 Widow Mines. Not Marines either, guys. I'm not making... I have no stim pack. I have no engineering bay upgrades. It's Widow Mines. I would just need to make like 8 to 10 Widow Mines, because here's what would happen. This is what would happen if I did that. If he gets to the point where he has like 8 carriers, okay? He has like 8 carriers. We'll speed it up to that point right now. Like, it's like right around here. Or like 6 carriers or some shit. It's a lot of carriers. He gets to a respectable, formidable amount of carriers. I'm going to explain something about a carrier now. That would make a lot of sense here. Okay, so he's chasing me. Currently, he has 4 carriers in the army, and he has 3 more about to spawn. So, here's what would happen. I have a good amount of cyclones right now. We have 17. What I could do is that I could actually start making Widow Mines to replace these Hellions, because these Hellions are literally doing basically nothing in this fight at this point. And I could actually, other than like taking some of the damage from the Stalkers. But what could happen here is I burrow my mines as he engages with his carriers. And the carriers, they unleash hell, basically. They're like, attack! And then the Widow Mines start detonating all over the interceptors. And a good majority of his interceptors will die in that situation. And here's the beautiful thing about an interceptor. This fucking thing takes each interceptor. Look at the little command card right above my head right there. Each interceptor, they nerfed it. Each interceptor takes 11 seconds now to rebuild per interceptor. So to fill that carrier up, it's 88 seconds. It's a very long time to fill this up, to fill this carrier back up. So if I just make a few Widow Mines, and I blow up the majority of his interceptors with my Widow Mines, for one, it might even splash some of his other units as well if he engages like that. And number 2 is, if I really reduce the amount of interceptors he has, it really reduces the amount of damage a carrier does. And a carrier is really what's killing my army as I'm trying to engage, which would allow me to have longer lasting cyclones while I'm locking onto his air units, and more of them would die faster because less cyclones would die. Does that make sense? It's all about time. I reduce the amount of DPS he can do by blowing it up with Widow Mines, and then I go forward with cyclones, lock on, and kill his air. That would be way better than what I did. So from now on, whenever we play against a carrier, like a guy who's going for carriers as Protoss, we'll just start adding in some Widow Mines instead of Hellions, because that is the trade-off. We can make Widow Mines out of a reactor. I actually really hope somehow we play this guy again and he tries to go for the exact same build again. We're not. But we're playing a Protoss. How much HP does each interceptor have? It has 40. It has 20 shields and 20 HP. Or no, it has 40, I think. I can't remember now.
Go ahead.
It dies in 1 Mine shot though, just so you know. I'm pretty sure maybe it has 20. It's pretty fucking squishy. It's like a sentry or less.
SCV ready. Yep. Sure thing.
ViBE, do you do any commentary analysis on pro matches or interesting games? Right now, I'm not doing that.
Ready.
I have done that before though.
What's going on? SCV ready.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever lost?
yeah.
I just lost last game. Yo, Morris, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the VFam, my dude. Thank you, dude.
Big chop. Go ahead.
But yeah, dude. Interceptors are 40-40. Yeah, I was thinking they're 40-40. 2020 sounded a bit papery. I'm pretty sure they have as much as the Sentry does. I agree with 40-40.
Bad news. SCV ready. What's going on?
Thanks for these videos. I came in from YouTube just to say that. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome, man. Welcome. Now you get to see it live.
Yeah, SCV ready. Bad news. Go ahead. It's your turn.
Command center upgrade complete.
What's going on? Bad SCV ready.
Our SCVs are under attack. Complete.
All right, so we got a natural. He just pulled all his boys to kill my SCV. That's okay. We know he has a natural. That's the big news here. It's the news of the day right now is the fact that the Protoss is expanding, which means cyclones are going to actually get some damage done. Every time a Protoss takes a natural, there's a very high chance you're going to get damage done. Because now you don't have to worry about going up a ramp every time you want to engage something.
Big job.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Let's go and get the missile lock-on upgrade.
Ready.
And we'll make a new cyclone as soon as possible. We're going to be missing gas for just a moment here.
SCV ready.
But our first attack will be happening before our missile upgrade's
In
done.
the rear with
Because it just we're not going to wait for it. It's important to hit like right now as well. Because we could easily kill like a stalker or unadapt or one unit here and there.
bad news.
You got
It's a lot of
coordinates or
potential
what?
damage to be done right here.
SCV ready.
Command center upgrade complete.
Moving
And
into
kill a probe.
position. I get ya. Cyclone en route. Nothing.
Okay, so he's chasing me with a stalker. Let's lock onto it.
Adjusting for new coordinates.
Run away.
Systems go.
We killed it, and now we're out. The trick about a cyclone is running away before you kill the unit. Okay, that's actually I think like the biggest thing to understand about this unit is you should be running away before you kill it, because you're gonna as you run away you're gonna have like 3 more missiles hit it if he's chasing you, like he was, and then that way I don't lose the cyclone, but I still get the kill
Research complete.
because these missiles go pretty fucking far.
Complete.
So you just need to respect the distance
Show me who.
that you can actually hit something from.
Systems.
And now this time, next time around, we're going to be hitting him again, but this time we're going to have
What's going on?
3 cyclones instead of 1, and we have the missile upgrade. So it's big, huge deal right there. Big deal. And while we're keeping him defensive, we can start a 3rd base. And now we're ramping up our cyclone production as well with multi-factory.
SCV ready.
Comms open. Got a target in
Now let's just
mind.
lock onto whatever we can.
Adjusting for new coordinates. I get ya.
SCV
Get him to come out with his
Add-on
stuff.
complete.
There we go. Here's an immortal.
Moving into position. In gear. Nothing'll stop me.
He's actually focus firing that 1 cyclone. He's only attacking the 1. Okay, let's scan and do it again. Let's just lock onto something else.
I get ya.
That was a scan to kill a stalker. Okay, he's going disruptors, guys. So
Systems go.
that's
Cyclone ready
important
for
to know.
action.
We can run around the other side now and see if we can poke up the other ramp.
SCV ready.
Optics online. Let's go kill something. Got a target.
See if he's there. He's not there.
SCV ready.
Moving into position.
Let's actually lock onto his nexus then.
Cyclone en route. Oh, I'll get there. Nothing'll stop me. Systems go.
Throw the weak one away. We'll scan, because we just locked onto the immortal. Now we're going down the ramp. Alright, we lost 2 cyclones, but we killed the immortal. It's acceptable.
Got a
It's not the best. It's more of a trade like that. It's not great damage, but it's acceptable damage. Because we are killing a lot of his stuff. We're killing a lot of his stuff right now.
SCV ready.
And meanwhile, behind this, all we're doing is we're just spamming out SCVs. We're gradually adding in more factories.
for action.
And, yeah, just ramping our unit composition
Online.
up
Command center
bigger and bigger.
upgrade complete.
Show me who you want.
He's
Comms
attacking me.
open. Got a target in mind. Moving into position. Adjusting for new
SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted.
Now he's kind of out of everything, so we can kind of just chase now.
Optics online.
we go. Cool. So he went YOLO, super YOLO with his army. And, you know, it's really easy to punish a player who plays like that, who just pushes out in the middle of the map with very little units. Like, he pushed with expensive units and very little amounts of them. That's probably the best case scenario for a cyclone. Because you can kite them and you can kill them. And you can then just overpower them. Why the LOL? The guy who said LOL impossible, he's being like, that's basically another way to say cyclones are fucking broken. That's what he's saying. He's just like, he can't help but laugh at it because of how stupid it is. That's in his mind. That's what he's saying. Cyclones, you can deal with cyclones. I'm not gonna say cyclones are bad units. I'll never say that because I think that's one of the most powerful ways you can open with Mech right now. Against Protoss and Terran. But maybe it's because it's in my name. No, my name isn't even ViBE LOL in game. It's just ViBE.
Yeah.
Like that.
SCV ready.
Well, yeah, that cyclone's very good. It's just really good. We'll play the odds this time. If this guy is Terran, we need a Reaper. If he's Zerg, we don't really want to rush a cyclone. We're just going to open with and a Reaper's okay against Protoss as well. We're just going to open with a Reaper, since he's random. So I'm not going to rush Hellions and I'm not going to rush Cyclone, because if he's Zerg and I rush Cyclones, I'm fucked. If he goes Speedlings, it's really bad. If he's Protoss or Terran and I rush Hellions and he rushes either a Cyclone or Stalkers, probably not going to have the best day either. But, so there's a lot of randomness that can come into this. But if I just open with a Reaper, it's decent against everything, and it gives me good scouts. So we're just gonna go Reaper, and we'll go into whatever I see behind that. Whatever race he is, I'll switch my build into dealing with that. I'll take a second gas faster if he's Protoss or Terran, or I'll stay on one gas for longer and go heavy Hellions if he's Zerg.
What's going on? SCV ready.
We can start our natural, and we have a Reaper being built right now. And now this is when we are going to find out what he is, and we're going to see, you know, what do we want to go for next.
In the rear with the gear. Yes, sir. Big job.
Command center upgrade complete.
Go ahead.
We are fighting against a Terran. Okay, so we're going to go for a factory.
Our SCVs are under attack.
SCV ready.
We're going for a factory and fast second gas so we can get Cyclones. Now let's jump up on the cliff here. This is a good way to abuse the map. We can get first shot on this guy if he pushes with the Reaper.
Done. SCV ready.
You pushing with that Reaper, boy?
On the way.
Or are you defending?
Death
Looks like he doesn't want to push. Let's go ahead and just jump up then.
I'm going.
Add-on complete.
He got shot way too many times, but he has a second Reaper, so let's get the fuck out of here. It's getting actually kind of scary.
Go ahead. What? You want something? Huh?
So he's committed to more Reapers than I have, which means his tech is not like mine.
I'm listening.
He doesn't have the same tech I do. He does not have a Cyclone popping out right this second. So I'm okay with this.
SCV ready.
Get a missile upgrade always with your second 100 gas when you go Cyclones. Don't make a second factory or before that. That upgrade is massively important.
Command center upgrade.
SCV ready.
And now, once we can afford to make another factory while producing Cyclones still, then we'll worry about getting another thingy. We want Zerg! I gave you guys Zerg yesterday, and I'm already in Masters 3 with Zerg. My Terran and Protoss are both behind, so I gotta do this again.
In the rear with the gear. SCV ready. What's going on? SCV ready. Go ahead. Huh?
Are you still undefeated with Zerg? No, I've lost one time.
Optics online. Let's go
It was chat's
kill
fault.
something.
SCV ready.
We were talking about, I was like, you know, if I'm explaining builds, like I'm like talking about a previous game and we're talking about it for like a good portion of the game I'm currently in, and then I get all in, and then I die, and shit happens. And that's what happened to me. I lost the game
Channel's clear.
because I was talking to the stream about
Research
something before.
complete.
Okay, so we're gonna lock on to his tank with both my cyclones. Get right in his face. Okay, my cyclone wanted to lock onto an SCV, even though I told it to lock onto the Reaper. Whatever. We killed a tank, we killed an SCV, we killed a Reaper, we lost 2 cyclones. And a Reaper. Tanks are more valuable than Reapers. I'm not too sad about how that trade just went. It's not the worst. Again, it's not the best, but it's not the worst.
Add-on complete.
Console.
SCV ready.
Yo, we want Zerg.
Got a target in
I love you
mind.
guys.
Systems go.
I know you do.
Cyclone ready for action.
And I give you Zerg all the time.
SCV ready.
We're gonna make a turret and my natural here because it's the most exposed base I have. This base is way easier to defend than my main. Or sorry, my main is way easier to defend than my natural. So I'm just gonna make one turret here just in case this guy goes like Banshee build.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
SCV ready.
And then we can make another turret at my my third base here in just a moment.
Systems go.
I'm making turrets at my outer
Cyclone ready for
bases.
action.
I'll make it right after the CC's done.
SCV ready.
And now we can start saturating my third before it's actually done.
Cyclone.
Huh?
And let's build a sensor tower now. That's going to spot if I get dropped before I get dropped.
SCV ready.
So what we can do is the same logic we kind of have had with this build the whole time is we can pressure my opponent on their economy. We can pressure the economy. Look, something's over here. I think it might be 2 medevacs, guys.
Kill something.
That might just be
Got
2
it. You got
medevacs.
coordinates or what?
If he flies into my base, those bad boys,
Ready to raise some
he will
hell.
lose everything. Yeah, he's guaranteed 2 medevacs.
This ought to be
He just
good.
flew out of sensor tower
Comms
range.
open. Nothing'll stop me. I get you.
Oh, it's Banshees actually. That was 2 Banshees. Okay, let's get a turret then in my main as well, since we now know he's going Banshees for real.
Add-on complete.
And let's get another base going,
Big job.
and we can start another turret at it. And we'll just keep making our units.
Mineral field depleted.
Also, something cool we could do now
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
would be,
Add-on complete.
while still making unit Hellions and Cyclones,
Command center upgrade complete.
we could push through this little rock space here,
Position. In gear.
and before we get to the final rock, we'll scan his natural. This is something on this map that's really, you could abuse.
This ought to be good.
And I'm going to show you guys, while we're doing this, you know, we're still making SCVs. We're still making depots.
Big job, huh? Huh? Ah, bad news. Man,
Got a target in mind. While he's there. Adjusting for new
Hi,
coordinates.
I'm up here.
Nothing'll stop me.
Where are you going?
I get you. Moving into position.
Okay, what's in his
You got
actual natural?
coordinates or what?
Okay, we got a lot of tanks, guys, and ravens.
Cyclone en route.
This guy's going for like a hybrid build. And he's now going for this base down here
SCV ready.
with Stimpack.
Got a target in mind. Channels clear. Cyclone receiving.
Raise some hell. SCV ready.
Adjusting for new coordinates.
In
Can
the
we build that
rear
sensor
with the
tower?
gear.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, so he's not really allowing me to push here. He's on
Mineral
top.
field depleted.
He's on top of it. He's like, I know your plans.
Well, what's going on? SCV
So we're gonna add in a couple armories now to start upgrades, and we're gonna add another factory. Keep our build going here. Keep our dudes going.
Clear, boss.
But let's actually go back and check once again
Command
for
center
potential
upgrade
damage that we could
complete.
do to this guy's economy.
Go. Cyclone ready for
Can we mess the third up right now? There's stuff at it.
SCV ready.
We just locked onto his command center. Now I can run away.
Mineral field
And now he's
depleted.
actually pushing me.
adjusting for new coordinates.
Ready to race?
Let's go ahead and repair this base. We can bring some more SCVs over and try and repair it more. It doesn't really have much defending his base. This game's kind of turning into a weird base trade.
Cyclone en route. Systems go. Cyclone ready for action. Oh, I'll get there. Moving into position.
Let's go ahead and pull back. We just killed another command center.
Stop me.
Hey, let's grab my army and let's go defend. Get on top of the tanks as fast as possible. They're the only thing that really do damage here. We can take this base again.
With the gear.
Hey, it's Bronze Jam, okay? I mean, I don't do this on the daily basis. I don't just make accounts in my free time and kill people. It's a series. Alright, relax. What did he say? He said, "You're really enjoying that smurfing, aren't you?" Well, I mean, my stream seems to love it, and I like it when my stream likes things, so I am enjoying it, I'm not gonna lie. I like when my stream's happy. Don't it turn into winter vibe.
SCV ready.
Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun. What is this? A
What's
Zerg?
going on?
Yeah, it's a Zerg. That's not wall there. That's wall here.
Yeah.
We are happy? We are.
SCV ready.
I love your commentary, man. I'm learning a ton. Good shit, dude. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I always enjoy hearing people's positive feedback. If you got negative feedback, keep it to yourself. If you have positive feedback, let me hear all about it. This is my approval bubble that I live in. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. If people have something negative to say to me, I don't care. You can tell me whatever you want. But thank you for liking the content. I'm glad you like it.
Bad news.
My positive feedback is that I am sexually aroused by watching you. Oh my god. You know, things happen. Sometimes it clicks. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just clicks.
SCV ready. Bad news.
All right, we're gonna take a scout towards the Zerg's base,
SCV ready.
and we're gonna make a Reaper. This is to keep myself safe while I expand at my natural, so I don't just lose
In the
my
rear
SCV
with the
and
gear.
potentially the natural itself.
Yeah, whatever.
Command center upgrade complete.
All right, what are you doing, Mr.
What's
Zerg?
going on?
Do you have a natural? Yes, you do. Okay, so far, Zerg is playing defensive.
SCV ready.
He's playing macro oriented. Okay, he's about to have speed started. So we can harass him now with our... This is a standard opener. It's like a
Our SCVs
hatch
are under
gas
attack.
pool. But it is a hatch first. So we shouldn't look at this in a way where it's like, oh my god, he's rushing me.
SCVs
Because
are
he's definitely
under
not.
attack.
Try and kill the SCVs, or the SCV. Try and kill some of the lings if we can.
Go ahead. Get from above.
Get around somewhere where the queen can't harm me as much.
SCV ready. I'm going.
Run around the side of his base.
Something. Bad news.
Add-on complete.
What's it worth? What? You want something? On the way. SCV ready. I'm listening. Geronimo! All right. SCV ready.
Command center upgrade complete.
Agreed. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, he killed it. That's fine.
SCV ready.
Let's take another command center as well, because these are 3 CC openings, guys. This is a 3 CC opening, pretty much every time.
SCV ready.
With the anti-Zerg one, we take really late multiple gases. We kind of bank this all off of one gas for a while until we're fully saturated on 2 mineral lines,
SCV ready.
and then we add on all of our gases at once at main and natural. And now this SCV that's over here working hard, he's going to go ahead and add on factory number 3,
SCV ready.
which is going to be
Add-on
Ready to raise some hell.
a tech lab, so I can start making cyclones. And now we can start pushing across the map here with our current Hellions,
Ready to raise some hell.
and looking for any damage we can deal here.
SCV ready.
Like maybe kill any drones anywhere, some Zerglings.
Are you ready for this?
We don't really want to fight queens yet. It's not the greatest idea
That it? SCV
to do
ready.
that. But we do want to get in there and kill as many drones as we can.
SCV ready.
Okay, now we got fully saturated bases.
Ready to raise. SCV ready.
There we go. There's a lot of Ling Bane.
add-on
Grab some
complete.
SCVs and saturate my gases properly. Oh, wrong one. Can I kill some drones? No drones still. Okay, this guy's making me worried now that he's gonna go for this big fatty
Command
all-in.
center upgrade complete.
Let's add on another factory,
Go ahead.
and we're gonna start ramping up our cyclone production. We'll add on another factory. 2 more factories, guys.
Huh?
We have a good economy. We're still pumping SCVs really fast, but this guy's got some fatty unit production going on right now. Not so much drone production. So I'm getting a little worried
Pedal to the metal.
that he may just in fact all-in me.
Online.
Let's kill that overlord in my base.
Mineral field depleted.
Show me who you want.
SCV ready. Light it up. Are you ready? SCV ready to raise some hell. SCV ready. Absolutely. SCV ready. Get some. Fire, fire. Burn up the heat. SCV ready.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
We're just trying to annoy the fuck out of him right now.
SCV ready. Just ride with me. Fire, fire.
Add-on complete.
And we're still making SCVs, guys.
Ready to raise some hell. SCV
Now we can
ready.
make another command center in just a second.
Talk to me, boss. Ah. Bad news. Big job, huh?
Saturation needs to be fixed. We kind of messed up where we rallied command centers we're going to. So you can see now, because I fixed it, we have a fully saturated third already.
Wait. SCV
See if he's got any drones
absolute.
at his third again.
Go. Cyclone.
Okay, now he's finally got some drones here.
Mineral field depleted.
But now, guys, we have a lot of cyclones. We've been building up a new army this whole time behind this. Behind the scenes.
Channel's clear,
At
boss.
this point in time, let's actually add on our armories. Let's add on an engineering bay so we can prepare for potential mutas.
Roger.
Let's scan his main once and see where his tech's at. He's got going in festers. Now we can go for
Big job, huh? SCV ready.
a actual base killing push, potentially. Roast it. Lock on. Roast it all.
Oh, I'll get systems go.
It'd be really good to kill his creep all around here so that the Banes can't chase me as fast. Once I get off creep, it's way easier to fight this. Because I can actually take shots and not have to be run down constantly by these Banes and stuff. And when it gets on a ramp like that, you should probably always scan. Because you can run right into a bunch of Banes otherwise.
Mineral field depleted.
This ought to be good. Moving into position. Cyclone. Got it.
Mineral field.
We can lift off this command center and take a new base with it. We'll take a planetary.
Channel's clear, boss.
Mineral field depleted.
But you can see just the back and forth power of this army right now. We're forcing the Zerg to make so many Zerglings that you know he does not want to be making. Let's get one nice roast off on these drones.
Mineral field.
Let's back up. So we just did a ton of damage to the Zerg, and now behind this, look at our supply guys. We're actually maxed. Because we've just been making units this whole time. So now here comes my next actual army. It's even twice as big as the previous one. And this would be that perfect time to go like this.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
All we did the entire time was make Hellions, make Cyclones, and
Nothing'll
SCVs.
stop me.
And we can transfer SCVs over here now because it's like oversaturated. And we can even take another base.
Kill something.
Might as well keep the production rolling, right?
Big job.
Alright, let's start doing the same thing here again. Kill the creep, which is what makes it easy for him to defend this. He's got Banes. This guy has the right idea on how to deal with this. Don't stop making units. We can still take trades against this. Because what we're doing right now, ultimately, is we're keeping him starved.
Upgrade complete.
Now we have a bunch of starports.
What's going on?
Mineral field depleted.
That's another base dead for Zerg. So he's not really looking that rich right now, guys. He's looking pretty poor at the moment.
Add-on.
We don't have any energy to scan right now. It's okay. And behind this, we can even go like a couple extra CCs right now. Because we're pretty rich. We are definitely rich. Also, I didn't need to make a fusion core. I didn't actually start one yet.
Go ahead. Bad
Transfer some more SCVs really fast. Get them all going to a new base. Another new base. Because we're oversaturated.
Research.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Now we can kill some more creep. And now my fusion core should be finishing in just a second here.
You got coordinates or what?
And my supply is almost maxed again. So we can start going into
news. What's going on?
what's it called? We can make another CC here. We can start going into BCs in just a moment. Also, we should make some sensor towers.
Go ahead. Ready to raise some
And there you go, we have a fusion core, so now we can go BCs, guys. Every unit we trade now is going to turn into a BC again.
Show me who you want to die.
That's a good fumble. He's going to kill a lot of my units right now. But the only real problem with what's happening for him is even though he's killing my units right now, I have a maxed army again, guys.
Show me who
And
get in mind.
he hasn't done it fast enough.
Got coordinates or what?
So now he's in a position where he's still going to have a hard time. He's going to struggle to just make enough units to stop what I'm doing.
In gear. I'm in a heap of trouble. I get ya. Ready to raise some hell.
And again, all we're doing now is we're replacing all of our supply into BCs, and the rest of it that's still excess, because all BCs are in production currently, will be into Hellions. And he's losing a lot of units every time we take fights here. His army's actually almost completely depleted.
Upgrade complete.
In the rear, ready to raise some hell.
Make a couple more orbitals here so I can have more scans.
Cyclone receiving.
And we have good coverage with sensor towers on our base. Do you think that this style is actually better than the traditional mech? Tanks,
Stop me.
etc. At least to me, it looks like all of this is way better, way harder. All this is, all we're doing right now, all this is we're constantly attacking.
Command center
But we're
upgrade.
doing it in a way where we just need to have active control over our army, over the Hellion and the Cyclone. You just gotta get in the habit. I personally, yes, I think this is better. I think right now this is the new patch Terran mech that is strong. It's it's different, but it's really fucking good right now. And I feel like, why wouldn't you take advantage of what's good in a new patch? Which is why I would promote this and be like, yep,
Sounds sweet.
I think you should do this.
Talk to me, boss.
Mineral field depleted.
And again, we're losing supply, and you might be like, why? Oh god,
Vespine Geyser
was that good?
exhausted.
Yeah, because we're actually making more BCs. We're switching into a pure BC competition. And we're making him take trades the entire time that are not the most
Mineral field
beneficial.
depleted.
Because look at my supply, guys, and look at my BC count. It's starting to get kind of scary. My supply is still maxed
Mineral field
the whole time.
depleted.
We're just rotating into a better army. Because his current army, you can see how well it does now against Hellion Cyclone, right?
Roger.
His current army destroys Hellion Cyclone. But his current army does not destroy BCs.
Word.
So we're going to do this one last fight. This one last Hellion dive. We're going to go dive all over some more drones. We're going to lose all of these Hellions. But by the time they die, all the new BCs I just started a little bit ago will all be done. We'll find his army, and we're going to fucking teleport on his infestors.
Sweet.
So we'll kill drones first. There's his army. Now, look, watch. Teleport right on the fucking infestors. And he can't physically do anything about it. So, this style, all it is, this is all it is, okay? This is all it is. You keep your opponent defensive by being aggressive. You just keep your opponent defensive. Now, while your opponent's defensive, you continuously upgrade and improve your Hellion Cyclone. And I'm not saying, I said that kind of weird. I'm not trying to say do it with armories right away. What I'm saying is what was our build order, okay? Our build order was barracks with a Reaper, just to be safe, into a natural command, into eventually a reactored factory. One reactored factory off of one gas. Next was Koala Beerf. Thank you very much for the prime. Welcome to the VFam, dude. Thank you very much. Welcome. Then we off of one gas. Remember what I said? I was like, all right, let's keep the SCVs going the whole time. Do not take more gas than one for now. And then as soon as we get another 100 gas, we start another factory. And the next 50 gas, we'll start another reactor on my barracks. It's over here now. This thing just builds reactors and then eventually just floats away. And we're just making Hellions off of now 2 factories with reactors, while also have been making SCVs the whole time. And then as soon as I get a little bit extra minerals again, I take a 3rd base. Because we have extra money to work with, because we're not mining heavy gas really, we're mining heavy minerals. And we were just poking around with Hellions. And then as soon as I was fully saturated on 2 bases, okay? Fully saturated on 2 bases, on mineral lines, we take all 3 of the remaining gases, and we're still spamming SCVs. We never stop making SCVs. Literally, the hotkeys here that we're using are, I think Hellion is different for you guys because I rebound my hotkeys. But I'm just going 5, which is my orbital commands, holding down S. And then I go 4, which is my factories. And I wouldn't have starports at this point. And I'm just holding down in, or you can tap it as well. You can be like in, which is cyclone, cyclone, cyclone. And then my Hellion is V, and then just fill it up. Just in V, in V, in V, in V, in V, in V. So literally, all I'm doing is I'm running around with my Hellions going 5S, 4 in V, in V, in V. 5S, 4 in V, in V, in V. 5S, 4 in V, in V. You can do this every time you have any money. If you get a little bit of a buildup where you have like 3 dots here, or 4 dots, like 4 units queued in, that's okay if you're going to take the next 30 seconds or 40 seconds to be really focused on attacking and microing and trying to make sure you're microing properly with the Hellion Cyclone. And then every time we pretty much get another base done, that's the checkpoints of our build. Our main is the main is when nothing's really going on and things kind of slowly ramp up, where it's like, let's add a barracks, now let's add a factory, now let's do this, and then it's done. And we add a natural in, and once we add our natural in, that's when our checkpoint for the next step goes, where it's like, now we have 3 factory production, then we're done. And then we take a 3rd base eventually, and our 3rd base is the next checkpoint, and now we add in 2 more factories, and we go to 5 factory production, and then we're done. And then we fully saturate, and we add another command center, and that's the next checkpoint, and now we can add in our armories and more factories, and then we're done. And we keep making SCVs and keep producing out of it the whole time. The only thing you have that goes the whole way through, where it's like a staircase the whole game, is your supply depots. Because you have to make supply depots the whole time, obviously. You get such a quick economy with this play. You do. Look at this. Look at workers active. We're blue. And we're Terran versus Zerg. It's pretty fast. And you can see once we get to like around 80 SCVs, we're good. We don't need to keep making SCVs at that point. 80 SCVs is 4 base saturation. Like most of 4 base saturation. Zerg is forced into being defensive, but ideally should realize the tech switch is happening. The thing about it, though, is if the Zerg doesn't defend well against the Hellion Cyclone, it doesn't matter if he knows or doesn't know that I'm tech switching. He doesn't have enough money to do anything about it. Good luck, have fun!
Ready. Yep. Yo. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready. Big job, huh?
At what rate are you making overlords depending on what you're making at the time?
SCV ready.
What? You just want to make your supply
SCV ready.
pretty much kind of like at a rate at which you feel like you're not going to block. The goal here is to not block. And the way to figure that out and to fix that is by understanding how fast units build. If you don't understand how fast units build, that should be actually your primary concern. Like if I ask you the question of, you don't have to be exact, by the way. You don't have to be exact, okay? But if I ask you, how long does it take to make a supply depot? Or how long does it take to make an overlord? How long does it take to make a pylon? If you don't know the answer to that, figure that out. That's going to help you actually fucking understand what the hell is going on. And then if I ask you, how long does it take to make an immortal? How long does it take to make a stalker? How long does it take to make a marine? How long does it take to make not overseer, a cyclone? How long does it take to make Hellion? How long does it take to make any whatever unit you like to make? How long does it take you to make that unit? If you don't know, pay attention to it, figure it out. And that's going to help you really actually understand how fast you should make supply.
Command center upgrade.
Like if you look at something and it's like, all right, my unit I'm making costs 2 supply and I can make like 4 of them every time. I can also make like 1 fucking overlord. They all build around the same time, so if I just always make 4 of these units and an overlord every time, I'll never block. Well, there you go. There's your answer for that one. It'd be like a roach to overlord. They are similar, and you can make 4 roaches every time you make an overlord. Roughly. If you're like, you know, once you get obviously, or shit.
What's it
My
worth?
Reaper's way over here already. Once you get to like max supply, it doesn't matter anymore.
SCV ready.
Okay, we got a Zerg. Anyways, I don't know. I'm gonna move on. This is gonna be so confusing for me to play this game and explain this to you guys. This is the kind of questions that make me lose the game. Because I'm trying to go into this like philosophy of StarCraft while I'm in the middle of playing a game and it's so fucking distracting. No, my fucking SCVs.
Get from him. Huh?
Love you guys, but
Job. SCV
just do what I said already, and it'll help you a lot. It'll actually help you understand what the hell's happening. And the biggest thing of all, if you don't know this question,
Our
you really need to figure this
SCVs
one out.
are under attack.
If I ask you, how much supply does a unit cost, or how much supply does an overlord or a supply depot or a pylon
Add-on.
give?
Command center
Do you know the answer to that question?
SCV ready.
If you don't know the answer to that question, that is really important to figure out. The answer, by the way, for Overlord, Pylon, and Supply Depot is 8.
SCV ready.
But every unit's different.
Fear the reach.
Just learn how long
Get from above.
things take, or learn the stats of what we just said. And you don't have to learn it for every unit in the game. You do not have to learn it for every single unit. You just need to learn it for the units you out there, you guy, you or gal,
I'm listening.
the units you like to make. Whatever you like to make, you learn those numbers. And you'll get and then just
Add-on complete.
go, oh, well,
That's all done.
3 of these units or 4 of these units fill up 1 supply, so I should make that at that rate.
Ready.
4 to 1. Or et cetera, whatever it is. 2 to 1. 1 to 1. 8 to 1.
SCV ready.
You know what I mean?
Fear the
It'll help you out a lot if you actually... Because that's what I think a lot of people are having the problem with when they don't know things like that. They just don't know the numbers of things in the game. They're like, I literally just don't know how much things cost, and I have no idea. What should I do?
Add-on complete.
Look at it. Like, look at the cards and learn the actual numbers, and then everything makes way more sense. It's no longer super confusing. Alright, we're going into Hellion Cyclone again. Now, we're fully saturated on 2 bases, so take all our gases.
SCV ready. Get from above.
This guy has a lot of spines.
Yeah, baby. SCV ready.
Command center.
Ready to raise some hell.
Let's scan him once. And there it is, there's the Spire. I was feeling like we're up against the Spire. Let's go ahead and start 4 Widow Mines, guys.
SCV ready.
Our SCVs are middle field.
Because I don't feel like we actually have enough here to stop this at the exact moment in time.
You got coordinates?
Huh? SCV ready.
We'll make a missile turret in every base as soon as I can.
Inside of
Man the rear.
But this is a 2-base Muta build, and the reason why we know this is because this guy's turtling up.
SCV ready.
He's turtling
channels cleared.
with,
Got it. Inside of me good.
oh my god. Hold on. Let me actually try to play the game again.
Base is under attack.
Ready to raise some hell.
You got coordinates or what?
SCV ready. Are you ready for this? Right on. SCV ready. Daylight's burning. SCV ready.
I get ya.
SCV ready.
Cyclone on.
Kill the Muta right there. Let's go ahead and add on like 2 more factories.
Let's go kill.
Or we'll do 3 more, we'll do 3 more. Because this guy went for a low economy. We need some, and he's going really fast mutas.
Targeted.
We really need some more cyclones. Really bad. And now let's do kind of what we do against Banshees when we're Zerg. Let's add in a turret between my bases. We can also get building armor. And I would say overall that went pretty well for us.
SCV ready.
Systems go. Cyclone.
So we weren't prepared for it right when it showed up. That's why we added in Widow Mines. It was just to buy me some time. just to fucking help
SCV
for a
ready.
moment. But now this position, because we made widow mines and because we made turrets in every base, we realized soon enough that what he's doing is mutas.
SCV
We're now in a position here where we have a scary composition against what he's got.
Woo! Overtime.
We can even take another base right now.
Go ahead. Bad news.
Keep making SCVs, guys. Don't ever stop.
SCV ready.
Base is under attack.
Okay, now
Add-on
watch this.
complete.
Leave my Hellions in the front.
In gear.
Let's grab all my
Base
Cyclones.
is under attack.
Check this shit out. Watch the power of a Cyclone against mutas.
Cyclone en route.
Okay, he knows he backed off.
Adjusting for new. This ought to be good. Got a target in mind. Comms open.
That's 2 mutas that just died. And what he really did was he killed, let's just add in a couple turrets over here. Because this guy's most likely, he's gonna keep running into my base this way.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Okay, let's move out now. I feel like we have enough to move out.
Channels
To actually,
clear,
because I feel safe now against counterattacks of mutas.
Upgrade.
I don't really feel like it's gonna kill me. And I feel safe enough to go ahead and move out of my base now.
What's going on? Ready to raise some hell.
Okay, let's go ahead and go. I mean, now at this point we can start a couple of
In the
armories.
rear with the gear.
Systems go.
Let's get our upgrades too. We never got upgrades. Get Blue Flame and the rockets going. Because we're going to be killing buildings really slow right now.
I'll get there.
Mineral field depleted.
Let's get a planetary going.
Mineral field depleted.
Ready to raise some hell. SCV ready.
Okay, yeah, now he's going into roaches, guys. So let's relax.
Moving into position. Show me who you want to die. I get ya.
And we're still just making SCVs, and same thing I just said last game. Make SCV, make Cyclone, make Hellion, make Cyclone, make Hellion, make SCV, make Cyclone, make Hellion. The whole time. We're never stopping
Command center
producing that.
base is under
And now he's
attack.
pushing a missile turret and a planetary.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Ready to raise some hell.
We can chase him all the way home.
Optics online.
SCV ready.
Just get on top of him and attack. Get on top of him, attack. Keep doing this the whole way. And we will kill way more than he will.
Depleted.
It will be a good trade. As you can just see, this was a great trade.
Research complete.
And if we look at our supply, we're almost
Ought to be
maxed.
good.
After we got 2 base muta rushed. You can take another
What's
base.
going on?
Just wait for a second to start it. Alright, does he have creep over here? Do I need to worry about? Yes, he does. Let's kill that base.
Ready to raise some hell.
This guy's trying to just go crazy on bases right now.
Got a target in mind. Optics online. Let's go kill something.
And now we have our upgrades too.
Cyclone en route.
We have our blue flame and we have our rocket upgrade. So now my army hits really hard.
Nothing'll stop me. Oh, I'll get there. Cyclone en route. In gear.
Ready to raise some hell.
Let's run our army away because he's pushing around behind. Oh, look, he's actually going to surround me. This was actually really intelligent for him to attack like this. We kind of committed really deep into his base, so now we can't kite anymore. So you can be like, oh shit, vibe. Oh shit, that was scary. That was a bad. It was an overstep for sure. I shouldn't have committed so deep into his base. You should always kind of keep the outside of his base. Don't ever go in the middle of it, because that'll happen if your opponent's not bad. So I'm kind of glad we just did that because it gives you an example of what not to do.
This ought to be good.
But
Systems go.
with good macro, we can fix this problem still.
Ready to raise some hell.
So he's trying to come from multiple angles.
Base is under attack.
We're just walking on and running around.
Research complete.
Just keep the lock-ons going.
Base is under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Ready to raise some hell.
Taking some fire here.
Run around.
Upgrade complete. Our SCVs.
So he's
are
almost out
under
of
attack.
army, guys. His all-in push here is getting kind of cleaned up a little bit. It's almost done.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Base is under attack.
Repair this again.
Add-on complete.
And now it's over.
Got it.
Go ahead. Big
We can
job.
transfer to another base somewhere else. Put some more SCVs that are mined out. And there we go. So even though we just lost a big ass army, we still recovered.
Into position.
All in? Well, he kind of just fucking like okay. Relax.
Our SCVs are under attack.
It's kind of like a timing that doesn't really a lot of people might not understand as well. Where you're like all in. He's not all in, and it's true. Okay, he's not. But his tech, his economy is not, but his tech kind of is. This dude's on fucking mass roaches, guys, and look at his upgrades. He's got 2-1, pure roach, no burrow move, just roach. You guys think roaches they have a lot of value late game? Because I'm telling you right now, they don't. Roaches late game are absolute crappy units. They're terrible. So he has no real transition out of this game at this point. This game is going to be really hard for him. His army's still there. Watch how effective these roaches are. At this point, we can just literally walk into them. So yeah, like that kind of an army composition just doesn't really have a lot of longevity to it. It kind of starts sucking pretty hard after a while.
SCV ready.
You got coordinates or what? Optics online.
Mineral field depleted.
SCV ready.
And now we're going back into mutas, and mutas don't beat cyclones, guys. As you can see right now, I'll show you. Just run with the mutas. Make him have to micro them. And there you go. So behind this, the Zerg here has, income-wise, it's less than me right now. He didn't make a ton of drones. He made some drones. But let's look at his tech right now. He does have a hive. He does have a greater spire. So he actually could go into something better. He could. But what are his upgrades actually on the spire units right now? The mutas are 0-0. So his spire actually has no upgrades researched yet. We do know he has 2-1 on the ground on roaches. So he can go into 3-2 right now. But roaches and hydras and all these kinds of units like that, they're not great in this situation. Mutas are actually okay, but using them to fight my army is not the right call here. The mutas instead should be doing things like flying around here, popping SCVs, popping a turret and killing SCVs all over the place. If you really want to make mutas against mech, you do not fight my army with your mutas, especially if I have an armor upgrade and you have no weapon upgrade. And I'm about to have a second armor upgrade and there's not even a weapon upgrade started. So if this actually, let's just say hypothetically, this went on even longer, and instead of having, how many mutas does he have? He has 14 mutas. Let's just say hypothetically, okay? I actually fought him when this upgrade was done. And instead of having 14 mutas, he has 30 mutas. He's got 30 mutas, and I've got, we'll say I have 20 cyclones versus 30 mutas, but I have level 2 armor, and he has 0-0 still. I will actually crush that fight probably even harder, because the more armor upgrades I have, the weaker and weaker everything is about the muta. Like if I have 2 armor upgrades against mutas, his bounces are basically going to do nothing. So there's no splash anymore with the muta. And it's just a raw attack of it, which is only going to be doing 6 damage a hit per muta. And he's going to, by the time he kills 1 cyclone, he will literally lose 20.
Oh, yeah.
100%. That's how it would work. Because all cyclones would lock onto their own muta, and they would all kill the muta at the exact same time. 20 mutas would literally just pop at once. Yo, Potato Thoof. Thank you very much for the 47-month sub. My God, that's a big sub. That's a long sub, my dude. Thank you, dude. That's a long time. Hope you're doing well, Potato Thoof. That's how it should work? Fuck this game. I'm uninstalling. You want to know how to deal with cyclones, though? Like, mutas are actually kind of getting dumped on every single patch, it feels like, more and more. Not gonna lie. They keep trying to make Zerg not go mutas in a lot of ways. Mutas do have their place, but it's very situational. That is an incredibly situational unit. But trying to fight against a bunch of cyclones with mutas is, it's never really gonna go well for you.
It's your dime.
All you gotta do against that is just kind of what the other Zerg did, but he did it a little late.
SCV ready.
Go Ling Roach early. Because you guys know how hard it is for me to get damage done when I have low amounts of Hellions and low amounts of Cyclones. Like I have 6 Hellions in 1 Cyclone. It's really hard to get through Roach Ling. It is. So you can go Roach Ling Bane early, and then later on you can just add in not mass infester, just a few, like 3 or 4 infestors, and my army becomes pure crap. And if you just guard your creep as Zerg, it's really hard to break that. It's really hard. Like it's not horrible for Terran, because I still might be able to do something, but it's also not bad at all for Zerg. It comes to that the situation that kind of comes then is who micros better and who also is more aware of the game and who's got better positioning. Stuff like that. Vipers are good as well. I actually think Vipers are bad against Hellion Cyclone, because Cyclones don't do damage with auto attacks, they do damage with lock-on abilities, and you can still cast lock-on under a blinding cloud.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
I'm not a fan of going Vipers against Hellion Cyclone. I think there's better options than that.
We hear you.
Not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but there are better options than that.
You
And
scared me.
here's a tip for all you Zergs out there
What's
that hate
going
Hellion
on?
Cyclone and you love going Roaches.
Command
If
center
you love to go
upgrade
Roaches and you hate
complete.
Hellion Cyclone, I encourage you to upgrade Burrow
In the rear
Movement.
with the gear.
Our SCVs are under attack.
And the reason why that this would be important
SCV
is
ready.
the only way Hellion Cyclone beats Roaches
Certainly. What's
is if it's allowed to lock onto them and run away or chase them. If it's allowed to kite around with the Roaches. But here's a tip. If you have Burrow Move on your Roaches and you see where the Hellion Cyclone is, you can literally run underneath his army and chase him.
Here comes the pain. SCV ready. That's all fair enough. All right.
Sorry, I kind of had to micro that. You can burrow underneath his army, and it prevents the Hellion Cyclone from being able to kite you. Because for one, if you up burrow a bunch of Roaches into the Hellion Cyclone army, and the Terran allows that to happen, he can't run away anymore because half his army is stuck in fucking the middle of Roaches and it's surrounded, and it all dies really fast. Another thing that's really good is if your opponent's going Hellion Cyclone and you're going Roaches and he locks onto like 12 Roaches and he does not scan right when he does that, you can burrow and then up burrow and all the lock-ons get removed because you line of sighted
Command
him.
center upgrade complete.
There's a lot of ways you can deal with it as Zerg. It's not like it's OP as fuck. It's just Zergs have no idea what they're doing because it's new and they haven't really seen other people deal with it yet. So they're like, I fucking don't know, that unit's bullshit.
SCV ready.
Got it targeted.
Where? Through.
Adjusting.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Comms open.
But yeah, there are a lot of things you can do. Lots of things you can do.
SCV ready.
This ought
Alright,
to
let's
be
go
good.
poke this guy, see what we can do.
Show me who you want
See
to
what he's
die.
doing.
I get you.
See if the ramp really
This ought to
fast.
be good.
SCV ready.
The Reaper's dead. That's good shit.
Moving into position. You got coordinates. Comms
Is his tank sieged on the high ground over here? Yes, it is.
Let's go.
SCV ready.
Just stay out of range.
Comms open. You got coordinates.
What's going on?
We can take a couple more gases.
Here. Nothing
So this guy's going Marine medevac tank.
Research complete.
Lock onto the medevac. Watch how fast his medevac dies.
SCV ready.
And it's dead. Watch how fast his tank dies.
Cyclone en route. Systems go.
Alright, let's back up.
SCV ready.
Comms open.
Bad news.
These cyclones, if you just work on microing them a little bit more, and you just get used to it,
Go ahead.
100% worth it for a unit.
SCV ready.
This unit can just eliminate your opponents if you're better and better and better at micro.
What's going on?
Cyclone receiving.
Oh my god, OP!
Big job, huh? SCV ready.
Command center upgrade.
If you're a guy who's never been GM before,
Complete.
if you're Terran and you've never been GM before, but you're like on the cusp, you're on the verge, I would recommend a build like this. For real. And some people might call you a patch Terran. It could happen. But don't let them ruin your day.
In the rear with the gear.
Because this shit's really good. And, honestly, I think it's pretty fun actually too. It's enjoyable to play as the Terran.
What's going on? SCV ready.
Because Hellion Cyclone is a composition that's very rewarding the better of a player you are. And compositions that work like that, it's like going metas, kinda, for Zerg. If you have a player who does not know what they're doing in metas versus a player who does, it's a big difference in those two players.
Systems go.
And there goes the medevac.
SCV ready.
Adjust.
What's going on?
So you guys just saw what it looks like when a Terran
Add-on.
commits his whole army in a medevac into my base.
SCV ready.
The medevac just dies. See, this guy's becoming a believer right now. He's telling me his own race is broken.
SCV ready.
Research complete.
You can deal with him. You can. 100% you can, but most players literally just don't know how.
Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. Ready to raise some hell.
Oh, I'll get there. Got a target in mind.
Mineral field depleted. Add-on complete.
What's here? What did I just kill? I killed something. A Marine. That's a Marine's dead body. Alright, so let's take a moment and let's go look. Let's see scan his base. He's got tanks and bio. Do not fuck with that.
This ought to be. Show me
Let's
who you
just
want
make sure
to
he's not on a third base. Because again,
SCV ready.
the thing that makes this build, if you understand how to do it,
or what?
what makes this build really good is skirting around the edge, killing any extra bases.
Adjusting for new
Does this guy have a third base? Negative. Do we have a third base? Yep. And it's fully saturated.
Cyclone re-
So we're
Raise some hell.
looking pretty damn good right now.
Systems go.
Let's make another factory and let's start a starport so we can start going into a fusion core to get ready to go into BCs.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Woo-hoo. Over. Huh? I'm go.
Comms open.
SCV ready.
Okay, that base is fully saturated. Let's rotate to a new one. I don't think I actually made an engineering bay. We need one. We need an engineering bay.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Yeah, I never made one. How many SCVs we got? We're about to be at 80 SCVs, guys. Which is ideally where we want to be. Okay, there's no base there again. We don't have to dive into a bunch of tanks. It's not the best idea.
SCV ready. Ah! SCV
But-
ready.
Okay,
Our
here he is.
SCVs are under attack.
This is his base. Or this is his army, not his base. Let's go ahead and go for it right now. Pull my tanks, or pull my boys, and we'll start getting in here and killing everything with all of our units. We just A-moved it. Because our army is bigger than his because we have a bigger economy. Even though we lost a base,
Mineral field
even though we just lost a base, we're still on 3 bases. And we can just rebuild our base here. And this that was a 2 base. He's got 4 orbitals though, but that was a 2 base build by this Terran. If he would have taken one of these orbitals and went outside with it, guaranteed it would have died. Because we're skirting the edges over and over, and the bigger that your opponent tries to spread their base out, the more susceptible they are to taking damage from cyclones. Because if we have like 8 cyclones, we need about, seriously, 2 seconds. Just like 2 seconds of lock on the command center, and then it's just dead. And then it's gone. And you're like, well, it was nice knowing you, orbital command, but you're dead. Yo, thank you for the sub, Farmer Zach. Masters 3, boys. On Terran.